watching Fox 10 Phoenix now.
Shooting investigation taking place at a Phoenix QT. Multiple other crimes have happened in this particular location, according to the authorities, in recent months.
So it happened near 27th Avenue in Thomas late last night. Police say they found a man that had been shot at the gas station. First responders rushed him to the hospital. We're told he has serious injuries. Detectives right now still trying to figure out what led up to that shooting. Turning now to a weather alert. We are waking up after temps in the valley hit 100 degrees for the first time this year.
Things are much cooler outside here this morning, but as for that triple-digit mark, we all know we'll be seeing a whole lot more of that very, very soon. So the heat turning dangerous, though, unfortunately, for a group of hikers. We're going to take you to Lake Mead now, the northwestern part of our state. The National Park Service says rangers were called to rescue a group of 28 hikers, which included 25 children with special needs. They were on a field trip yesterday near Lake Mead's Willow Beach, attempting to hike to the Arizona Hot Springs. But as the temperature soared near 100, the group ran out of water, and that's when they called for help. Rangers were able to reach them and eventually get them to safety.
The National Park Service also says that a hiker died on the Arizona Hot Springs Trail on Wednesday in what is suspected to be a heat-related incident. 5 other members of the same group were also experiencing heat distress and had to be evacuated by helicopter. In response to that and yesterday's rescue, the park is now closing 2 trails in the Lake Mead National Recreation Area until those temperatures start to come down.
This heat, just a preview of what's to come this summer in the Valley of the Sun. Research is suggesting the long-term risks involved with the extreme heat are similar to that, in fact, of smoking. The study looked at blood samples from more than 3,600 more mature adults, we like to say, across the U.S. Researchers then looked at the participants' epigenetic age, that is, meaning the way their environment and lifestyle altered their genes. Results showed exposure to more days of heat over the span of several years. Age participants faster biologically than those in some of the cooler climates around the U.S.
This article is talking about exposure to heat simply as being an accelerator of intrinsic aging, that it runs akin to some of these other things that we do, like smoking or heavy drinking.
Well, experts say this research is also important when discussing community resources for the unhoused and those who do not have regular access to air conditioning.
No court today for Lori Vallow Daybell. Her murder conspiracy case will resume on Monday.
Well, yesterday, some key witnesses took the stand to testify against her, including her own brother. While acting as her own attorney, Lori cross-examined her brother, Adam Cox. Now, Cox was the last person to text Lori's previous husband, Charles Vallow, the morning he was killed in 2019. His message sent to Charles about a gathering between Lori and their other brother, Alex Cox. That was just moments before Alex shot Charles, claiming self-defense.
No doubt on my mind that they killed him. Lori had told people that Charles was no longer living, that some guy named Ned was inside of his body.
During cross-examination, Lori made a point to declare she and Adam hadn't seen one another since 2018. To watch what has happened in court, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Lots of great information there. Investigative journalist Justin Lum also has witness testimonies and discussion with a panel of legal experts breaking down the case during the lunch breaks for you. When court is in session, Justin will be live on YouTube throughout the day. The court rests today. It will reconvene on Monday.
Let's get you to this wild story. 2 men are behind bars this morning accused of kidnapping a woman from an upscale Paradise Valley resort. It happened at the Scottsdale Plaza right around 3:30 Tuesday morning. Court documents show that Reginald Kimborough and the victim had been in a relationship. She went to the hotel with another man to get away from Kimborough. Police say that's when Kimborough and another man named Tredarian Cluis tracked the victim to the hotel and then forced her to leave with them. They're also accused of assaulting the other man. Police tracked the suspect to a home in South Phoenix. The woman was found safe. Those 2 men are now facing multiple felony charges.
A woman avoids jail time after pleading guilty to felony criminal damage. Lisa Karlofsky was arrested in January of last year for vandalizing several cars of pro-Palestinian protesters. She was sentenced to 18 months probation. The group was demonstrating outside of a synagogue in North Phoenix. Surveillance video caught her and Brian Long scratching messages into their cars. Long, of course, pled guilty back in December. He was sentenced to 12 months probation.
Here at the Arizona State Capitol, the Arizona ICE Act passes through the legislature in a vote along party lines. Now, this would require state government agencies to cooperate with federal immigration enforcement. It would also require Sheriff's Office to enter agreements with the federal government. This would allow ICE to delegate immigration duties to local deputies. Republicans say this would help keep Arizona safe. The bill now moves to Governor Katie Hobbs' desk, but it's unlikely that she will sign it. She said about this bill, quote, we need to work with law enforcement and not force them to do things with limited resources and unfunded mandates.
So the cost of a new house could soon go up tens of thousands of dollars, unfortunately. I mean, this thing isn't set in stone, but this is what's being talked about. The Phoenix City Council approved new development fees. Those fees will be charged to builders of new developments with different rates in different parts of the city. So, for example, in some areas, it could be as high as $30,000. Biggest increases will be for the northern areas of Phoenix. So we're talking like north on that I-17, where all those beautiful neighborhoods like Norterra and through Cave Creek, Carefree. City leaders are, they say public utility infrastructure for things like water, plants, pipes, roads, those areas that are not as developed. They need some of those money to really kind of set those things up. So the fees are set to go into effect on June 23rd. There are some exceptions here, though. Single family and multi-family homes will not experience the new fees for 24 months after June 23rd.
Happening today here in the Valley.
Well, items up for bid in the Arizona Department of Revenue's annual public auction of unclaimed property. The auction has been taking place for the past couple of weeks here. Items for sale include jewelry, coins, currency, a variety of collectible items like pieces of jewelry and maybe that big tooth. I think it was like a shark tooth or mammoth tooth or something. But many of these items are collectible items, and they've been abandoned in deposit boxes for years. Today through Sunday, you can see the items in person at Sierra Auction Management near 35th and Grand Avenues from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Well, tonight the Phoenix Art Museum is hosting an after party. The museum will be open late from 9 p.m. till midnight. We'll offer open bar, food, and music as well as dancing. The event raises money to support education programs for young individuals. Tickets are $165 and can be purchased on the Phoenix Art Museum's website.
Well, hundreds of runners will be filling up the streets in Tempe this weekend. It's the annual run that honors one of the most popular athletes of all time in Arizona, the late Pat Tillman. The ASU and Cardinals football legend turned Army Ranger was killed while serving our country in Afghanistan. Drivers can expect more than a dozen road closures in downtown Tempe later today and tomorrow. And this is a look at the crowds. I mean, it is spectacular. Maybe you're headed out there and ready to soak in a little bit of that sunshine in the morning hours. It's a perfect time to run, and you get to finish right in Sun Devil Stadium, which is awesome. The run supports the Tillman Scholars Program. It begins tomorrow morning at 7.
Well, maybe you're heading out of town this weekend. Here's what you'll be paying for gas. AAA reporting the average price for a gallon of gas currently sits at $3.21 nationwide. That's down 5 cents from last week. The statewide average in our state, $3.39 a gallon. That is down 3 cents from last week. And in the Phoenix metro area, the average is $3.56 a gallon. That's down 6 cents from a week ago.
Yesterday, they had that 40 cents off at Circle K. Filled up for $2.99.
Nice deal.
Yeah, that was a great deal. Big thank you to Circle K for that.
All right, Country Thunder officially underway. Several artists will take the stage later today, but the fun already begun.
Because Dom is there. That's why the fun has already started. She is live in Florence with more on this. Good morning, Dom.
Good morning, guys. It's an exciting morning. Country Thunder will be underway soon. A lot of people who are already on site, I think they're snoozing a little bit at getting that last-minute sleep before the big day. Keith Urban headlining tonight, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I got the boots on. The cowboy boots are officially on, you guys, so it's Country Thunder time. Of course, we got to talk safety. We want all of the festival goers to be safe, have a good time. So Lieutenant Kins Vauder. Okay, I did it. Yay! He's joining us to tell us a little bit more. You guys, this is something you take very seriously year after year when it comes to just the safety of people coming through.
Correct, yeah. We want people to be able to come out here, have fun, enjoy themselves, but be safe. For sure out here, the weather is something that we're worried about, so hydrate with water, not any of the other additives, and just have a good time and enjoy themselves.
When it comes to having different lieutenants, deputies, whatever it may be, sheriffs on site, are they all throughout just the grounds here, or what does that look like?
Yeah, so we've got different groups. We have people specific for the campgrounds. There's a lot of people out in the campgrounds, and then during the event we have people in there as well to make sure that all areas are covered and everyone's being safe and having a good time.
Yeah. I don't want to get too much into it, but just some do's and don'ts when coming here as far as things you can bring, things not allowed to leave at home. What would you recommend?
Sure, yeah, definitely no weapons of any type are allowed. Anything that could cause harm, just leave behind. It again, we want a safe environment, so just come in, have a good time, and think about what would be unsafe. Leave it at home.
Yeah. It's almost like when you're going to the airport, too. You know certain things that you shouldn't be bringing through security, so you know the things to not bring to a concert and music festival as well, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, great. You mentioned the heat as well, because we just hit triple digits for the first time yesterday, and that may very well play a case going into this weekend as well. So as far as hydration, too, people are feeling maybe a little lethargic. They're not used to being out in this heat. Maybe they're coming from out of town. What would you say?
So start hydrating with water early. It'll help take care of the hangover as well. The heat is getting worse into the weekend. We're also expecting a little bit of high winds as well, so it's going to dry it out even more. So just hydrate. If you take a drink, follow it with a drink of water. That way you're protecting yourself. The other thing too is if you're starting to feel lethargic, like you said, you're already past the point of starting heat exhaustion. So maybe lay off the alcohol, eat some food, drink water, and help clean yourself out.
I think a good message, too, especially when you're in large crowds like this one. If you see something, say something, type thing. Always just stay vigilant. If people need to find one of you guys are stationed everywhere, but is there also a main hub that folks can come to as well?
Yeah, so we've got deputies all over the place. We also have AMR out here for the ambulance service, and the fire department's out here. We're all visible. We're all over the place. The main medical center is on the southeast part of the event site, and it's well marked and people know how to find them. So everyone that comes out here typically comes out here every year, so they kind of know the lay of the land, but we've got people everywhere. They can always find us.
Okay, great, Lieutenant. Thanks so much. Anything I'm leaving out? Any last minute reminders, folks?
Stay hydrated and just have fun.
Okay, all right. Sounds good. We can do that. Stay hydrated with the water first, and then you can have the fun drinks later and have fun as well.